Good morning, lifelong wellness students, science of nutrition and exercise students. I wanted to do a short video just to give you some more detail on how to perform your personal dietary analysis. I know the assignment is not due for a couple weeks, but I wanted to give you all time to get started with this assessment because does entail a little bit more time to complete. And this truly is and can be a very valuable learning experience for you because you're going to be recording everything you eat and drink for 3 consecutive days. So you're going to be able to tear apart your diet and figure out, what am I lacking? How can I increase these particular nutrients, or what am I getting excessive amounts of, and look at your calorie intake and all that great stuff. So this is definitely a valuable experience for the students. But just so you know, if we look at the weekly schedule, you'll see that the personal diet analysis is not even due until, let me go back here. We are right now it's not due until week 6. Okay, so you can see week 6. So by February 16th, you're going to be submitting this assignment online. Okay, so, but for those of you that want to get started early, I'm just doing this video to give you that heads up on how to do it. So if we go back to our content button in the course, you're going to scroll down to Dietary Analysis Assignments link. And in that link, you'll see the instructions on how to do this assignment. Then you'll see the scoring rubric that corresponds with the assignment. Food logs that you're going to be blank, that are going to be recording all your foods on, and then a template. So when you submit this document, I want you to submit only one document. So everything's going to be typed up in this document and cut and pasted into this template document. So first of all, we're going to look at the instructions, and I'm also going to download the food logs as well. So first of all, looking at the instructions, my instructions are pretty straightforward, so I think if you just read them, it's going to help you walk you through mostly what you need to do. So I broke it down into a 4-step process. The first step is recording your food intake on those food logs, which I also provided here, so I'm going to open that up as well. So I've provided a food log. You can see day 1, day 2, and day 3. So first of all, I'd like you to record 3 consecutive days. So that's 3 days in a row where you're doing 2 weekdays and 1 weekend day, because we eat differently during the week than we do on the weekend. So either a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday would be the days that you're going to want to record, so we can get an overall snapshot of your diet. So here you're just going to record food item. What food group does it come from? If it's a fruit, I'd put an F, a vegetable, a V, that sort of thing. Try to do your best at figuring out how much you had, and then you're going to record a few nutrient facts as well. So you're going to record those foods for those 3 consecutive days. I encourage you to be open and honest. Record everything that you eat and drink. Don't leave anything off, because you don't want your instructor to see what you're eating. You're going to learn a lot from this if you're open and honest about every single thing. So if you read under step 1, I just gave some more information on how to record those foods. Okay, then once you've recorded your foods, you're going to go to step 2, which is doing your calculations. So if you look back at your food log, you'll see I have what's called a totals page on the front. So for day 1, you're going to just add up your column of fiber and record how many grams of fiber you ingest. You're going to add up your carb grams, your fat grams, and your protein grams, and write those totals here. Then you need to calculate percentage of total calories coming from carbs, protein, and fat for each day. And the way you're going to do that is by following my example here. So if you look here, you'll see this person ingested 58 grams of fat, 35 grams of protein, and 109 grams of carbohydrate. So first thing you need to do is change grams into calories. So for fat, you simply multiply the fat grams by 9, because fat has 9 calories per gram. For protein and carbohydrate, you just multiply by 4, because carbs and protein have 4 calories per gram. So that changed fat grams into calories. protein grams into calories, and carb grams into calories. So then if we add those 3 calories together, you have 1,098 in this meal, but you're going to be doing it for an entire day's worth of foods. So that's the first step, changing grams into calories to get total calories for the day. Then you're going to figure out the percentage that are coming from carbs, protein, and fat. So for this example, there were 436 carb calories in the meal. They divided it by the total calories, which was 1,098, multiplied that answer by 100, and got 40% coming from carbohydrate. They did the same thing with the fat, used the fat calories, divided it by the total, got 48%, and then for the protein, they used the protein calories. So for your day, each day, individual day, you're going to be calculating percentage of total calories from carb, protein, fat based on your numbers that you recorded on this food log. Okay? Now also I did say in the instructions, if you cannot find the food label or you do not have a food label available, these are some websites that can help you figure out the nutritive value of foods. Also in the back of your textbook, you have an Appendix A that tells you the food composition of many, many foods. So I'm guessing you could probably find almost anything in that table because it's huge. So that you could use that as information as well. Okay, so that's step 2. Step 3 is where you're going to actually analyze it on the computer. Okay, because this way we can further break down vitamins and minerals and get a closer look at other key nutrients that just a food log is not going to necessarily tell us. So we need to use the Diet and Wellness in MindTap. So you all have used it before, so now you know what you're doing as far as creating a profile and all that good stuff. So if we go into our MindTap course, and you're going to go over onto the right-hand side again and find the apple. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. There's my little apple, Diet and Wellness Plus. I'm going to open that up. And just while we're waiting, just for your information, you can download this app. It looks just like this. No, I think it's actually a plus sign, but it's called Diet and Wellness Plus, onto your phone or your smartphone, and you can actually scan foods, and it will transfer it right into your profile that you've created for yourself. So if you're wanting to out and about and you're eating something, you want to scan a label, it'll transfer it right in. So this is pretty cool stuff. But once you get into diet and wellness, you're going to create a profile for yourself this time. You've already created profiles for a few other people. So this one, you're just going to create for yourself. So that's the very first step. Then the second step is you're going to start logging your foods, right? So you're going to go ahead for tracking the diet. Make sure you choose the correct day, okay? And anything in green would be days that you have actually logged some foods in, okay? So you're going to record your 3 days, so whatever they are. So let's say I started on the 21st, and I'm going to start recording my foods that way. Once I'm done with the 21st, I'm going to change my date and go to the 22nd and start recording my foods for the 22nd, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the 23rd. So I would have recorded my 3 days of foods. Once you've done that, you're going to print off or actually save, because you're going to actually upload these documents, a lot of different reports. So if you look at your instructions again, as far as the computer analysis, you should understand that pretty well from our other assignments, so I'm not spending much time on that. But as far as reports, you're going to need an intake versus goals report. You're going to need macronutrient range report. You're going to need my plate analysis report. And then you're also going to need a source analysis report. So when you're in MindTap, say you go to intake versus goals, you can just save that as a PDF and save that document, okay? But I want you to print off or save one for each individual day and then a 3-day average. So if I go back and say I started on the 23rd and I finished on the 26th, okay, that would be the average report, okay? And I would save that as a PDF. So if I want to print an individual day, I would say if I started on the 23rd and I'm going to end on the 23rd, then that would print off just that individual day or save that individual day. So you're going to do one report for each day and then a 3-day average. So In total, there's going to be quite a few different reports that you're going to be saving and uploading. You can see the intake versus goals report is there. That can be very helpful. The My Plate analysis, which breaks down all of your different food groups, so that will help you to answer some of the questions. You'll also have the macronutrient range report, and then of course your source analysis. For the source analysis, this is basically like a food log, so I only need one for each day. So once you've saved all those reports, then you're going to go to that next step, which is to analyze it and answer these basic questions. Okay, so I have 11 questions that you're going to type your answers to. Okay, and then you're going to be submitting this to me. Now, I have developed a template to make it easier. So if we go back to our e-learning course, to the table of contents again, and if we go down to the dietary analysis assignments one more time here, you will see, oops, I gotta scroll up. You'll see I gotta scroll up a little more, personal diet analysis template. Okay, so you're gonna download this and you can actually type right into this document. So you're going to just put your name at the top and then you're going to start typing your answers to these questions. So you can just delete that stuff that I have in there in purple and start typing your answers. Once you have answered fully each question, then you can see at the bottom, I just gave some more information on, how to answer those questions. But next I say cut and paste your food logs directly into this template. So you're going to go back to your food logs that you recorded here, and you're going to cut and paste each day, including the totals page, so including that very first page here. You're going to cut and paste those directly into my template, okay, there. And then lastly, after that, you're going to copy each report from the Diet and Wellness Plus into this template. So all of those intake versus goals, the My Plate analysis, the macronutrient range report, the source analysis, they're all going to be uploaded into that. So you're going to have everything in one single document. When you're done, then you're going to upload it into the assignments button. If you scroll down, you'll see personal diet analysis. Okay, so that's where you're going to upload that assignment. So hopefully this was helpful. If you have any specific questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me. Like I said, this is a little more in-depth assignment, so I wanted to give you time to get started soon. Do not change your dietary pattern just because you're doing this particular assignment. Please continue eating the way you normally eat because, like I said, it can be a really, really valuable learning experience. So have a great Thursday, and I'll have another video coming out next week.